Hey guys, welcome back to the RapChat Podcast. I'm here. Before we head into the podcast, I'm your host, Luke Dick.
Elias Eldridge.
Sam Kenny.
All right, and before we head into the podcast, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere else you guys get your podcast, make sure to leave us a rating and review. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at RapChat Podcast, where we post new clips of the show every week. Welcome back, guys.
What's going on, man?
Man, we talk about this all the time, but it feels like
it's been so long. It feels like it's so long.
I know.
Before you guys might notice that Sam is not with us at the moment. He is currently.
I had enough of them.
He actually dropped
He's
out of school.
distancing us like further and further from the podcast.
Now we're on reading week, so Sam's at home in Ontario. I just drove back today, and Luke's been.
And
chilling.
I've just been chilling here.
Luke's been chilling.
I've just been vibing. Okay, guys.
Elias is more committed.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you drive back,
Yeah,
Sam?
Boogie it back here all the way from Perth, Ontario. Okay, guys. So yeah, let's hit the first topic of today. So we've got
Let's start
the
with
news.
Let's start with the breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news. It's not necessarily breaking, but
a week old.
Yeah, week old breaking news. The Raptors waive Sam Dekker. Sad a little bit.
I don't know. How do you guys feel about this?
I mean, it was a little surprising, but when I read the reasoning behind it was just to stay below the tax line with because of Dragić's contract. I mean, it makes sense. It made sense that was him getting cut over Bonga, right? Because you can maybe develop Bonga.
He's only 22.
But,
I didn't realize
he
how
just turned
young
22.
he was.
Wait, was it today or yesterday? Was his birthday?
Bonga?
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday.
Happy birthday, Bonga.
Oh, oops! I didn't even. Sorry,
Yeah,
my bad.
I did Bonga.
Sam's not gonna have. I didn't record his screen. My bad. I'm sorry,
No.
Sam. It's on now.
All good.
So
All good.
Wait, should we restart?
restart.
Is that?
I mean, and just for the first couple minutes, Sam's picture won't be up there,
Oh, okay. That's
but
fine.
it'll be up there now.
Okay, cool. Hi, Sam.
Sorry, Sam.
All good.
Sorry, that's my bad. That's my bad.
But yeah, no, I mean, what Sam just said makes sense that we cut him. A little sad. I liked him. He had a nice.
I know. I
nice little
thought there
smile over
was potential
there.
there. You know, I thought I don't know. It sucks that he had to get cut because of those reasons, right? Like the contract reasons and the tax reasons and all that. And is it the luxury tax or something like that, right?
Yeah, luxury tax line.
Yeah.
He was the odd man out.
Yeah.
He was the 15th guy. Yeah.
It's too bad. And it's because, man, he was a first round pick, man. He was, it's
He was an amazing college player.
He's also a lot like Mikhailuk. So it's you're not really losing much skill wise.
It's true.
Well,
8 threes in one.
Was it 8
threes?
threes?
8 3. No, what? Yeah.
Was it 8?
No.
No, it was 6.
Still.
It was
That's
good.
pretty
No, it was
ridiculous.
good. It was
To
good.
come and win
It was
the-
good. But anyway.
Maybe down the road. But the thing is, bro, now what is he gonna do?
Probably go back to Israel or somewhere.
Yeah, but it's man.
Turkey.
Oh, I feel bad for him, man. I feel bad for him, especially because to be honest, I definitely think he is an NBA caliber player.
He kind of sold himself though. He played he had 4 years before he got
right.
Actually couldn't play in the
and
NBA
he is
anymore.
27 or 28 now.
Yeah, he has a chance.
Yeah, it's too bad. It really is. But so Sam Decker's no longer on the team anymore.
We're down to 14 guys.
Which, it is what it is. I mean, it's just how politics and basketball works, and it's how money works. And so it's sorry, but people get caught on the A.
He seemed in good spirits about it, too. I think he tweeted or posted something after where he's just
they must have been in contact with him in some sort of way, saying, "Yo, Sam, I'm sorry about this," but they must have told him. There was no way that he would find out because of the news media, would he?
Well, no.
Not with an organization like that.
No, Raptors don't do that. I mean, other teams do that.
I know.
Isaiah Thomas.
I know.
Isaiah Thomas got traded from Boston. I'm pretty sure he found it on social media.
That's whack. I hate it when teams do that shit, bro.
I know. Raptors never do that.
Yeah, that's like making culture, bro. That's part of your culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should have the culture to literally tell people they're cut.
Oh yeah, I mean,
as an organization like that, there's no reason you should cower away from
especially
giving
guys
somebody
like
news
Isaiah
like that.
Thomas. Oh my god, after what he did too. Anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Bye, Sam.
So we're gonna move into our game recaps then.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I think I'm first, right? I had the
Sure.
Cleveland game.
You did.
So this was Raptors versus Cleveland. This was what day was that?
That was Friday.
The Friday.
November
5th.
5th.
November 5th.
November 5th. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I got here first quarter. Gary had for the first points of the game had a contestant 3. I thought that was pretty cool. They came up with a lot of energy, which is nice. Gary had a steal really, really quick into the game, about 9 minutes and 30 seconds. I was feeling there was a great rhythm. There was a play where Fred got the ball at the top. This is at 8:26. Fred got the ball at the top, drives from Precious, drives down low, kicks it out to OG, and then is on the 3-point line, and then he gives it back to Fred, who then hits a three and then forces a timeout. And that was like that was just a great flowing play.
Yeah.
I want to see more of stuff like that. And then after the timeout, it was too bad because we didn't really have great offensive possessions. They went on a 7-0 run and Gary had to break it with a 3. It's too bad. I did mention though that Scotty's shot form was looking better. Like, you know,
it's already a good shot form.
Yeah.
Especially for not
being
being
a
a shooter.
shot. Yeah, like he's got a smooth shot.
I mean, you remember OG's shot when he first came into the league?
Yeah.
It was really
non-existent.
No.
Compared to last year at Florida State, his shot looked awful last year.
Yeah,
so just like a little improvement.
It's already gotten better.
And just the confidence that he shoots it with too, man, is just what's great. Another thing I wrote down here at Delano's confidence is insane. He drove in just straight on Evan Mobley. A 7-footer just takes it right up strong.
And you know what's weird about that is that in summer league he didn't look confident at all.
No,
you know what
not
I mean.
I
thought for sure he was. We've talked about this before, but I thought for sure he was a G League guy, and he didn't look confident at all. I remember I think the first summer league game he had like 5 turnovers, but he looks so much better now.
Oh yeah,
with his confidence wise.
I don't know what it was. I think maybe something clicked in his head, and he was just like, you know what, man, I might as well just go out there and give it, because he's never been a type of player to make bad decisions, even in the summer league and in the preseason. Like, it's not like he was making bad decisions. He just wasn't being aggressive. You know what I mean? He wasn't being a force out on the court. And I think he might have just had something in his head that told him like, hey, if Scotty can do this, like, you know, if all these guys are out here and like, you know, what's to stop me from doing something like this? I think that might have kind of clicked in his head, and he was just like, you know what, I might as well try my best and show out and be aggressive, because if I don't, then I'm going to have to play in the G League, and what do I want to play, in the NBA or do I want to play in the G League? You know what I mean? So I think he took that opportunity, and he is 22, so, you know.
Yep.
So second quarter, I have, all right, just starting off with good defense. We started off great defense with that quarter. Scotty, man, he has such great eyes. I'm trying to say, it's great. Oh yeah, so he finds OG in the first quarter. He had like a cross-court pass, like to OG,
yes.
and then there was another cross-court pass to Fred in the corner. He had a very similar pass to drive right at the top of the 3-point line, near the top of the key, and just boom, right to Fred. Just another like great playmaker and ability to see the floor.
He's got that Marcus Gasol in him, man. He sees everything. He sees everything from left to right.
Fred had good shooting, and Malachi came in at 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I like to see that. I was really, and then Malachi comes in. Too? Then he what?
He came in again?
I think so. But
I think he did. Yep.
And then Malachi gets a steal, gives it to OG, who lobs it up for Scotty. That was great team. That was at the end of the quarter, and then we had 9 fast break points in the first half of the game, which is pretty decent. End of the second quarter went well, better defense, and we were scoring a lot in transition. That's what I found. Malachi hits a 3 with the last 30 seconds. 7.5 seconds left. He takes out Precious and puts in Fred and Malachi. I wanted to mention this because this happened again tonight too, and I'm pretty sure this happened in the Brooklyn game as well, where they had that Fred Malachi lineup, and I like that because they used to do that with Kyle and Fred all the time.
Exactly. And it's any way to like they do Bologna, Delano and Fred too, and where just any way Fred can play off ball, I like, man, because I like Fred a lot better off the ball. And like the starting lineup, he's the main point guard.
Yeah.
I guess Scotty's playing with him too, but as any way Fred can be off the ball, I like, to be honest, more than him being a primary ball handler.
And I like those lineups, man. It's cool. It's good. We got 2 ball handlers too. Like if Fred can't get those shots, like he's gonna figure a way out of it and create another play, which is nice. Even it's a smaller ball lineup, but it offers something completely different. So then we hit halftime. Scored halftime is 57-48. Third quarter, Fred hits a 3. Right out of halftime. Then we had a steal by Scotty and a lob to OG from Fred, which was cool. And then the Cavs got 2 lobs in a row. They was just playing bad defense. And then we were overplaying on such a big team. And it was like, man, you're just going to either foul them or give other people opportunities, man. Yeah. Like, it's just, you can't overplay on guys like that, man. You got to keep your distances and make sure you're playing them in the right position. It's more about position when you're playing those big guys like that.
Yep.
We had good energy. Gary hit a 3 in Jared Allen's face at 540. Huge, like that. I was like,
that's tough.
Yeah, no, that's tough, man. That's Jared Allen's a huge guy, man. That is, and I liked seeing that. That was really cool, and he was so confident. So then moving on to the fourth quarter, I just mentioned that Kem was steady, great defense. This was a really awesome play. So Scotty goes up, then all the other team has left. They're all playing defense. Scotty's trying to put the ball up. He misses, gets his rebound, then puts it up again, and then it misses and gets his rebound twice. And then Malachi comes in, somebody came down with the ball. Then Malachi comes in,
Jared
pokes
Allen,
it out.
yeah.
It was Jared Allen, exactly. And Malachi came in and poked it right out and gave it to Scotty for a dunk. And I was like, great recognition by Malachi, man. He didn't leave the court. He saw an opportunity to wait till the play was over, until the play was done. And obviously he had the opportunity to do so. And then it was just a smart play. It was a smart play. Obviously, if Scotty's going to get his rebound twice, then he's causing some trouble down there. When Jarrett finally gets the rebound, he was not even expecting Malachi to come in there and poke it out, which is great. That's pretty much all I really had. And then the game, I don't. What was the final score? I don't know if I have it here.
102, 101.
102-101. So
missed at the buzzer.
Yeah, missed at the buzzer. So yeah, it's
2 misses at the buzzer.
It was tough, but I'll have more to say about this game. But I'll
elaborate.
I'll let everybody else talk there. So Elias, you want to go next?
Yeah, Brooklyn Nets game. This was it was on Sunday, right? Yeah, Sunday. First game with Siakam back of the season, right. And we expected that to be not easy to incorporate him back to the lineup. So we're trying to hold. We'll get more to it later, but we're trying not to hold Siakam too accountable too early. But so this game, I noticed the first quarter. So the first quarter was pretty back and forth, but we were super ISO heavy the first quarter. It just didn't look like us at all. And our defense wasn't that good either. We were just leaving guys wide
compared
open.
To how we were playing in the previous, even 6 games. Even though we lost the Cleveland game, I did not think that we weren't playing together as a team.
No, Cleveland's been. I mean, I thought we were gonna.
Cleveland's a good team.
Yeah, Cleveland's they're an underrated team.
They're definitely an underrated team.
I thought they were gonna blow them out. Toronto's gonna blow out Cleveland. To be honest with you, I thought we matched up.
I've been watching that. I've been watching. Shout out to Will Upton on YouTube, man. He's been changing my opinion about a lot of other teams in the league, and the Cavs are one of them, man.
Cleveland's been good.
They're a new team. They're not the same team they were when LeBron
was
there, man.
They're fun, man.
Yeah.
They are fun. They're a
fun team.
So this game that game looked like a Toronto Raptors team. This one just didn't. And I think it's Pascal Siakam coming back. We're trying to get him back to the lineup. But it's a lot of ISO ball.
A little bit more than that, too.
Still a lot of ISO ball. Also, I guess I should mention this. We started Pascal at center, which is something we weren't sure about. So they put pressure on the bench, which I kind of like. We'll get more into why I'm not a huge fan of it later in the Boston game. But so I did. So that's what happened. So anyway, a lot of ISO ball because Gary's an ISO player. OG is turning into an ISO player, trying to be an ISO player, and Pascal is a very heavy ISO player. So we got to figure all that out. Siakam, his first shot he made was a pull-up 3, which was nice to see. Another great shot was Scotty had that turnaround at the elbow over KD.
Oh yeah,
it was over KD.
Yeah.
That was a crazy shot. He
and it was like I was. It came out of nowhere, man. I was like, whoo.
No, it's crazy to see a guy like Scotty Barnes making that shot so confidently,
man.
With Kevin Durant in his face, man. And something else I've written down here is KD's so good.
Yeah, oh my lord.
You can't stop him. You just can't stop him.
All the times that KD drove in and just free throw line, boom.
Hey, if
he scored a quiet, I would say that was like a quiet 31 points or something.
Yeah, he takes one dribble and pulls up at anyone's face mid range and it's in.
There's no shame in losing to Kevin Durant.
No, there's not.
No,
absolutely not. OG had a nice stretch there where he had 6 straight, all down low. So I was nice to see him going to work down low. Taking advantage. They have Blake Griffin starting at center, so was nice to take advantage of that because Blake's not a great defender.
Blake was fucking shooting pretty well,
He was.
man.
He had
that
three.
game.
He
That
had
was,
3 threes, I think, that game.
Jeez.
And I think it was like 3 for 4 or something.
And they were like really important.
4 for 6.
4 threes, 4 for 6. Oh wow, but more than I thought.
Yeah.
He's okay, Blake. He's all right. Second quarter was much better for us. We actually ended the half up 9 against Brooklyn.
Right.
Yeah.
I was scared, man. I was nervous at the half. I was like, let's see if we can maintain this.
I know. So there's some plays, Svi, Mikhailuk just doing too much again. Sam said in the group chat during the game, he's like, man, I'm so done with Svi. I think Svi's okay. He's so, I have a love-hate relationship with Svi right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Half
man.
the time he looks great. Like the game, this is right after the Boston Celtics game, we're recording this. He had a nice just turnaround, like opposite way shot and just looked nice. There's also times he just dribbles in with no plan.
Yeah.
And then kicks
and
it
the
out.
jump passes.
The jump
The
pass.
jump passes
He's
kill
jumping
me, man.
way out of bounds. It's like an aggressive jump straight out of bounds.
He thinks it's his team.
Yeah. So he's got some stuff to work on, but and still just too many open threes. OG shot a free throw. He went.
Yeah, man.
What was it?
Oh my lord! Didn't he score something like
he had
accumulated
41
60 something points with all the free throw.
It was something like that. Yeah, and I think he had like 41 shot attempts without a free throw.
Yeah,
or something like that.
or maybe it was
Yeah.
60 something shot attempts. I can't
It was
remember.
something,
Yeah, I can't remember what
it was.
the whole
It was something
thing
ridiculous.
but something
but,
crazy, stupid like that.
He finally shot a free throw. He shot 4 3 throws, I think, this game. I guess I can just pull up the stats, but anyway, yeah, he's to get to the free throw line more, and he was talking about that. He talked about that post game. I think it might have been the Brooklyn game or it might have been the Cleveland game, where he's getting hacked. The Cleveland game, he got hacked a lot with no calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, oof.
Anyway, yeah. Oh, and Freddie had a wicked crossover to finish the half too.
Oh,
yeah.
Broke
That
his
was-
ankles, bro.
That was a highlight.
Is that the one where he splashed a 3 in his face in the corner?
No, that was
Which
okay. I don't know. I saw that. I don't know
Yeah,
if I call that an
yeah.
ankle breaker, but that was a different one. But I'm talking. It was at the end of the half where who was on? Was it Patty Mills? He
Yeah, it's Patty Mills again.
yeah, he had like a double hesitation, split the defenders, and finished.
Oh,
at the-
right.
with like
yeah.
0.4 seconds left in the half. Another thing that I saw that upset me about Boucher. Boucher was standing at the 3-point line, standing shot ready, which is already annoying. And then Scotty's dribbling towards him, telling Boucher to cut.
Yes,
and Boucher's saying
I know.
no.
Oh
And
my
Boucher
God,
said
yeah.
no,
I remember
and
that.
stood there with his hair. He's like, I want to shoot. And it's like, you should know.
I know. I remember seeing that. I was like,
Yeah.
I was confused with what was going on here. Scotty was like doing
He's
this,
like,
and
cut.
he's like,
They're trying to run a play.
Yeah.
And Chris is standing there.
like, no. I'm like, what?
And then, oh my God, dude. Chris Boucher, man.
I'll
Anyway.
get into Chris Boucher later on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, finished the half up 9, 57-48. Coming out of the third quarter, coming out of the half, I guess, we blew it. This is where we lost the game. Brooklyn outscored us 35-17 in the third quarter.
Yeah. Oof.
They came out of the half on a 9-0 run. Just Gary had some nice buckets in the half. Scotty had 4 early fouls. I think he had his 4th foul like 5 minutes into the third quarter.
Yeah.
And just a lot of ISO ball, man. And it wasn't pretty. And that's pretty much what lost us the game. Fourth quarter.
Defense is bad too.
Defense was bad too. Yeah,
Yeah.
third quarter nothing was good. They were hitting
Fuck.
they were hitting their shots. We were leaving them wide open, and we
Yep.
weren't hitting our shots either. We had a lot of missed open threes that game.
Oh,
something else I
so
should mention.
many, dude.
Yeah.
It got me so frustrated. I was like, yo, like, come on, guys. Like, and not only that, but we had so many missed layups too, man. So
yeah.
many great,
It was a-
great attempts in like down low, and we just would miss them. Like, bro, that's frustrating to watch.
And something else that was really pissing me off is that Patty Mills was always open. That is
Oh yeah, in the corner.
him and Joe Harris.
Joe Harris too, bro.
Yeah. I guess it's hard to say best shooter, but he's like because Kevin Durant's our best shooter. But just
But they were hitting shots, bro. Joe,
there was
Joe
one-
was hitting shots.
there was one
like,
play where Fred was guarding Patty Mills. He's supposed to be guarding Patty Mills in the corner. He ran to the opposite wing to double team, and then they just literally skip past it over to Patty Mills. He hit the 3 wide open. Fred was like sprinting back over there. It's like, nah, man. Like, anyway, the guy guarding Patty Mills should not be leaving him wide open. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, third quarter though lost us the game, and we ended up we lost 116 to 103. That was that.
All right.
jeez, toughness. All right, Sam.
Well,
2 straight losses at that point.
the Raptors tried to bounce back tonight against the Celtics. Last time they were in Boston, fun win. and we blew them out. But first quarter, no Cam Birch again for this one.
Mhm.
The Raptors go the same starting lineup as the game before, with Pascal back in again. And first quarter, we had trouble finishing on the inside to start. And then also we were getting, I mean, this is a theme throughout the night, but that first quarter, we got killed on the O boards.
Oh.
And then
Robert Williams
Boston,
had so many.
yeah, he was a beast on the boards.
He
and
was.
then the Boston role players, like they hit threes all night, and they were like Romeo Langford had 2 in that first quarter. Josh Richardson and Schroeder both had awesome games. And the Raptors, like they were just down early from that point on. I thought there was some cool rotations they did. They took Scotty out early so he could play with the second unit in the second half. And they brought Precious in. I thought Precious's first shift, especially on the defensive end, was like awesome. Because Boston was like really getting into the paint. And this is a team, Boston is not a team who lives in the paint.
Like, I love Precious off the
definitely
bench.
not.
I love Precious off the bench
Yeah.
a lot more.
Yeah. I like Schroeder can get into the paint, but he's a secondary, tertiary guy. And Tatum doesn't want to get right to the rim. He's more of a floater area, mid-range type guy. But the Celtics was getting in there on O boards. Horford was awesome.
Yeah.
And we were down 33-25 for the first. Second quarter, we came out, like, you can tell there was like an incentive at the break by Nick Nurse, and the defense was like super tight to start. Got a bunch of turnovers, and that led us out to easy transition points. And then that only lasted for a few minutes, and the defense got loose again. Like the defense was just not sharp all night, and like not making rotations, not playing with intensity. And the Raptors, their offense
It was a lack
really
of
bogged
energy
down
entirely tonight. Like
all game.
I think
Yeah.
part of that's still just incorporating Pascal. It's like we're trying so hard, we're not focusing on other things.
And I think
But
a lot of these other guys are being shy.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of everything, but I just
Yeah.
so I thought Pascal's individual defense was good tonight. I just thought it was missed. The Raptors are a team that, well, we'll get into it later, but they thrive off of energy.
Yeah.
And we were not able to generate any open threes in that second
No.
quarter, and that really hurt us. Like
Well,
we
it's
were
6
not getting
days tonight.
downhill. Yeah, we were not getting into the paint. When we did get into the paint, I mean, Boston is a team like they're really switch heavy, and that's we don't have a lot of guys who can capitalize necessarily on mismatches on the perimeter. And then so we were down to the half. I mean, I've got a lot of notes here, just like losing it on Chris Boucher. We just looked slow in that quarter, and we ended up we were down 62-46 at the half.
When did Chris
Came out
pull
of
up
the
in a
half.
guy's face and airball it 2 feet to the left?
Fourth.
That was the
fourth
fourth quarter.
quarter.
Okay.
Oh God, yeah.
Man. Oh
Yeah,
my
he had
Lord.
a really bad one though in that second quarter. Down 62-46 at half. Third quarter came out. Offense looked so stagnant once again. Just guys not cutting.
Mhm.
I love the post up. Like I love posting up OG, Pascal, and Scotty.
Mhm.
But guys need to cut off of that.
Mhm.
And there was none of that. We did generate points off turnovers because that's like one of the only ways we're going to score. But our fast break execution was just really bad all night. There were like so many plays. Either there was one where Precious didn't hit Ski as the lead man.
Yes.
Missed layups. Just Gary Trent had
then
a
we were
fast
just we
break and
weren't
he
playing
dribbled it out.
together, man. We weren't playing as a team.
No.
Well, that pressure thing also, like, yeah, Svi was like 6 feet ahead of him, and he didn't even
Yeah.
look up, and then he missed the
didn't even look
layup,
up.
got his own rebound, and he got a foul call. He got
And
2
missed
free
one
throws,
free
but it was a
throw.
weak foul call.
And didn't he miss?
Yeah. Oh,
He missed the
he missed
first.
one
he
of the
missed
free throws.
one.
Yeah, he missed
Yeah,
the
so
first
he
one
lost
too.
points.
Jeez.
And there was another one where Gary Trent had a fast break, dribbled it out to get contested pull-up three. Just bad execution on both ends.
But
So
you
we were
can tell,
down
honestly, when
80
I see plays like that, I can tell that they're panicking. They're just panicking. They feel nervous,
Yeah,
and
like-
they're just like, I got to get something
And they're-
going. I have to throw up a shot. I got to do something.
They're trying to come back in one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to hit
Yeah.
one shot, right, to make the big difference up. So we were down 80-68 after three. It actually felt a lot like a much bigger lead than that.
Yeah, we were
I
saying
never
that.
felt like it was
Yeah,
that
we were
close.
like- The score doesn't really reflect.
was
I
a
feel
10
like
point.
Toronto's been losing by 30 this whole game.
Yeah. It was bad. And then that fourth quarter was, I thought we started off pretty well, letting Siakam as like the initiator, but it was just weird. Like, what a weird quarter. Just bad execution on all fronts. The fast break execution was atrocious. Just sloppy play. Like the guys just look slow.
Yeah, everything looked
and then I
dead,
thought-
man.
Yeah.
It was just
yeah.
such a
And I thought
dead,
Nick Nurse,
flat game.
yeah, and I thought Nick Nurse left Scotty on the bench way too long in that fourth. Like he was one of the only guys
Yes,
giving
I
us
noticed
like
that also.
actual He was the only guy creating anything at all. Nick Nurse waited like 6:30 mark, I think it was, to bring him in. He had 4 fouls, but like that was the game there to make a comeback, and they were down to like 9 at the start. But just a sloppy game. Just a really frustrating game, and the Raptors lose 104-88.
I think it's worse than the
Tough,
Wizards
man.
game at the start of the season.
Just like, I was just like, I found myself just like angry.
It was just bad basketball, man. It was just bad basketball at the end of the day. Like it just was not. Yeah.
And I didn't think the Celtics, like we held Tatum to a tough night.
Yeah, and
Like,
Schroeder
credit to the Celtics role players.
Schroeder
They
had
did a great
8
game.
turnovers.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, and it's even more annoying because we know how good they can be when everyone's doing the right things.
Raptors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's just like when we see them play like this, it's just like it's not discouraging, it's just disappointing. Like you're just like, oh, how
expect
many
more from
yeah,
them.
like you expect more from them. And I mean like but at the same time, I mean we can get into it a little bit later, but it it is what it is.
It is what it is.
But
Let's go back around.
yeah. So I got some game thoughts. The Cavs game.
Yeah.
I think that the game honestly belonged to the Raptors. I would like feeling that like watching that game, it felt like they were up more than they were.
It didn't. Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't feel like
the game was that close.
Well, Cleveland didn't get their lead until 4 seconds left in the game.
Yeah,
the first
it's
lead
true.
they
Yeah,
had.
they were leading. They had like a solid 10-point
When
lead.
Garland
like the
hit
whole
that free
game.
throw, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
they
did have
had-
like a solid 10-point lead like the whole game.
And then it was like Cleveland just like staying in a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
they didn't like trying to get too far ahead. Then just right at the end of the game, they just came back and won it.
yeah.
I remember with like 4 minutes left. I was like, I can't imagine Cleveland winning. I thought to myself, like, I can't imagine Cleveland winning this game. I think we're fine. And then,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Well, and then see, that's why I wrote, I wouldn't necessarily see this as a loss. Or like, yes, this is going to go on our win-loss record as a loss. But in terms of team and personal morale, I wouldn't count this as a loss. I would say it's one of those games where it's just a fluke. You know, it's just
that was
There's
good
a
game.
lot of good stuff you can take from it.
oh,
Yeah,
so
and
many good
You
things.
just got to give credit to Cleveland. Cleveland had a good game also.
Yeah,
They're
I
a good
have
team.
that written
They're
down here
fun.
too.
And Jared Allen hit that crazy 3.
Oh my god!
Like, think about that now. It's like, man, if he did.
Was that the one he
Bank that in.
banked
Yeah.
in? Oh my
Yeah.
god!
He
dude.
chucked it with a
His
shot.
first 3 of the
clock.
year.
Oh my lord!
Yeah.
I was like, "Are you serious, man? Like for real?" Like, all right.
I knew that was going into 2 shots. So of course it's going to go in. And then went in. I was like, yep.
Yeah, my favorite part of this game was OG in that fourth quarter, man. I loved how many points did he actually have in that fourth quarter? My one that I keep coming back to was they ran a play. They kept running OG as a screener to get a switch with either Osman or he had 9 points in the fourth quarter.
He was 3 for 4 from 3.
3 threes.
Yeah.
And there was this one 3. He gets a switch onto Osman. Osman's a little back on him. OG jabs and just pulls up.
Oh yeah.
No dribble.
Right.
It was just like
Osman,
there's nothing to that move, but it's just effective. And if he's gonna give you that space, like OG's an awesome
Yeah.
shooter.
Yeah.
I love the confidence on that play.
100%.
OG had a really good game
yeah.
that game. I liked him because
Yeah.
Osman was
did.
guarding him all game, and he can't.
He's not a
Osman
defender.
can't.
No.
Not at all.
So
And I had no problem with OG's last shot at the end of that game.
that was
definitely not. Yeah.
OG said that he was like, they're like, is that the shot you want? He's like, yeah, I missed
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Scott,
Good
man,
shot.
it's unfortunate Scotty couldn't get it up there enough at the tip.
Yeah.
but
Fuck.
It is what it is. I wasn't upset.
You could tell Scotty was down, and I'm like, Scotty, don't even worry about that, man. Like you're there to rebound, bro. Like that's
Yeah.
an OG shot, and he just didn't make it, and that's game. That's basketball.
Yeah.
Like that's how it works. But so one thing I wrote down too is that I noticed that they were playing well together. It seemed like every time they had a lineup out, everyone knew their role.
Mm-hmm.
They were playing as a unit, and so like they would give it to Gary, but Gary, it's almost like they know why they're gonna give it to Gary and what
They
Gary's
just know what
already
they're all
gonna
going to do. And
Exactly.
that's with Pascal coming back. That's something we're missing now. But I guess also you got to think of it like same like first few games of the season we were horrible, and that's just because we were trying to gel.
Nice.
We start
Yeah.
gelling, and now Pascal's back. We got to regel.
Yes.
We got to get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Totally. I absolutely agree. It was just nice to see that without Pascal,
Yes.
they were doing really
Yes,
well, and I
very
was
well.
just very happy.
Five wins in a row without him.
Yeah. So then the next thing I had to say was I just want to take a second to talk about the 3-point shot that game. Fred was 50% from 3, 4 of 8, which is awesome. OG was 47% for 3 of 7, and Gary was 75% for 3 of 4. So like that was really great. Like that. I thought
Those
the
are
3-point
those are
shooting-
your shooters.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see, having those percentages, man. Everyone's over, like, Gary, of course, 75%, 3 of 4 is great. You know what I mean? It's not a ton of shots, but, I mean, 3 of 4 is still
That's
good.
very good.
So everyone's
And those are
shooting
your
over-
three.
Yes.
Like those are your 3 shooters. Like that. Those are the 3, right? And so you
Yeah.
need those guys to give you that.
Yeah, all shooting over 45%, which was great from 3-point range, which is what you want to see. You would love to see shooting over 40% every game, you know?
Yeah.
Like you'd like to see that a lot, but you know what? It is what it is. And I think that this game was just, I think we were gelling, the fact that we were getting each other open. I think another thing that I noticed a lot was, man, there was so much amazing shot creation during this game.
Yes.
You'd have Gary,
Yeah.
pump fake, drive in, give him a mid range. Like you just had so many.
OG shot creation was great this game too.
It was so good, man. I was very impressed.
He's doing like he's working that he did a lot of the post fades past week, and he's working them.
Yeah.
He's doing
The
really
Brooklyn
well.
game too, man. He
He's
looked
fading
awesome.
a little bit too much. I think I'd like to see him go straight up a little bit more.
But there's guys that are too slow that are guarding him.
It's true. It's true. But you lose a little bit of power when you fade away like that.
Yeah, you do. But
and when you go against
that's what you gotta
smaller
work
guards
on.
though, and you're fading like that, your power balance is gonna be off a little bit. So I think that it's.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him just go a bit. I'm not saying a ton, but I think I'd just like to see him go a bit
Just
more
rise
up.
up,
Yeah, a
rather
bit
than
more
fade so
up,
much.
and then
Yeah,
less
that's true.
actually the fading.
Is that nice to have in your bag though?
No, 100%, absolutely. But
Because when you do have those bigger guys on you.
totally.
No, yeah, I know
I know
what
what
you
you're
mean.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So rebounds, Scotty had 9 rebounds that game, and what I wanted to mention about that is that 6 of them were offensive rebounds. So most of his rebounds were offensive rebounds that game, and I was like very impressed. I thought we had a really great rebounding game.
And how about Kem Birch? 7 offensive rebounds.
Yes, I have that here. So
Miss Kem Birch. Man.
Yeah.
I only been 2 games. I miss
yeah.
him so much.
So and Precious,
Yeah.
so Precious and Kem. It was the next thing I had written down. Precious and Kem combined for 16 rebounds with 8 each, and 7 of 8 of Kem's rebounds were offensive rebounds.
Oh.
That was unbelievable. See, Kem is a he is a. He's just such a steady rock in just a crazy mixed-up storm
does his
of the
job.
Raptors. Like
He does
he's
his job.
and that,
Yeah.
but it's his
I know what you
role.
mean
His
there, yeah.
role is so much more important than just the fact that he does his job. The fact that he does his job and is so consistent brings the Raptors home to a center base. You know what I'm saying? Like it allows everybody else to be like, oh, okay, Kem's here. We know he's
Kem's
going to do
giving
the
you-
right
yeah.
things. He's not the guy who's going to give
Yeah.
you 30 points a game, but that's why he says he doesn't even look at the stat sheet because he just plays basketball.
He said once he had his contract, he totally forgot about stats.
Absolutely.
He's has his longevity. He's fine. He
Yeah.
just wants to make
Yeah.
money plays.
And that's what I love to hear
And
from
you-
Kem.
You know, every single night you're getting great screening, really good pick and roll defense. He's going to try hard on the post defense. He's going to rebound for you every single night, and he's going to hit shots around the rim.
I think the
And,
word's
like,
reliable.
That's all you need from your center.
Yes.
Yeah, reliable.
Yeah,
Reliable.
reliable.
Very
You know what he's
reliable.
hitting more of that I love seeing, and it's just so funny every time I watch it, is those little floaters.
The
those
touches,
little,
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
I love
That's a
those.
shot.
They
Just a
they're
step in from the
so-
free throw line.
boom.
Yeah, the step in
Yeah.
from the free throw line. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
touch.
Rashawn Holmes push shot.
Yeah,
Got that.
yeah,
And dude, they're so good, man. Like he'll literally
Yeah.
screen. Fred will go around. Then Precious will like flash out of that screen or slip out of that screen. Or sorry, not Precious. Kem out to just outside of the free throw box or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And then he's right there, and then you just dump it back to him right there. He
Yeah.
hit like I don't know if it was the Cleveland game, but I'm pretty sure it was that game. He must have hit like at least 5 of those or something stupid like that. Like just these little floaters.
Yeah.
And just great teamwork, great communication, just great movement. It felt like there was a flow, a rhythm there, and it was like it was awesome to see. I think Kem is just provides a lot for that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so steals. Gary had 6 steals that game.
Career high.
Yeah, Gary had 6. That was
Keeps going.
fucking awesome. That was really great. I mean, he had less in the nets in this Boston game, which was disappointing. I
His
think he only
defense
had-
is still good though.
yeah.
Yeah.
His defense is still really
No,
good.
Steals.
yeah.
The steals don't show defense. I don't think. But
no.
it's just-
But it goes and going along. It's just that
Sure, yeah.
when he's giving you those steals, I mean, you're not going to deny them. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
you want to see
absolutely not.
more of that, right? You want to see Gary, because Gary's ultimately his steals are leading to turnovers for the other team and also leading to points for us. So it's like if I want to encourage Gary getting, if he can average something stupid like whatever it is, like 3 steals per game or whatever, like fuck yeah, why not?
He's almost doing
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
Already.
So, the player of that game for me was Gary. He shot it well, had great defense, and played with a lot of confidence. Overall, nobody had a really crazy night. OG finished with 23 points and ended up a -5 on the stat sheet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
That's one where like plus minus like it's really like you have to like put context to it, and I thought
Yeah.
OG wasn't. he wasn't a -5, right? I thought he played an awesome.
No,
He was a
totally.
positive guy
Played
on the
awesome game.
team.
Yeah, and but that,
Right, like
that-
Kem Birch was a -6.
Yes,
but he
yes.
was awesome.
But
right?
that's why I brought it up, because it's like nobody had a super crazy night. OG finished with 23 points, but in my mind, I felt like the rhythm and the way we played that game was a win. So I counted
very
as a
positive night.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Just unfortunate ending. That's all.
Scotty was quieter that game. He was still very steady, but his shot looks like it's in rhythm, and it looks really nice. So that's what I have to say about that. And
right.
I will let you guys. We can talk about game thoughts for
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
All right. Yeah. So again, Pascal's first game back. I knew
This is where we're gonna be the meat of the conversation here.
Yeah. It wasn't our brand of basketball. Clearly, the defense wasn't where it should be. The offense wasn't where it should be.
To be honest, though, Pascal surprised me with the quickness he was able to come back into with.
Yeah. Okay. So I
thought he looked. I thought he looked good this first game.
He did have a good. He had a good game. I think he had a good game this game. He ended with 15 points.
Yes. Yeah. I remember. I seen that. I was like, geez, Pascal with 15 points.
15 points, 5 for 12. His first shot was a 3 that he made pull up, which I'd really like to see.
Yep. But clean.
That was encouraging.
Good for his confidence, but yeah, we just gotta. I just said this. We gotta regel with him. He's such a big part of the team, offensively and defensively. I don't like him as a starting center though.
I want OG or Scotty as the center.
Yeah, I will just guard the big guy.
Or
But also,
Gary
I'm
Trent
just like, do we? Yeah, I'm saying, do we bring Gare off the bench and start Kem or something?
That's my sort of. That's my ideal. I like Gary. Then you don't have to play speed.
Because something else is that we don't have a guy off the bench. We don't have a go-to guy at the bench right now.
No.
Our bench is always 6
true.
points, 5 points, 5 points, 4 points, something like that. Which is like it's okay.
Yeah,
but we don't have a spark plug. Gary would be such a spark plug, and he's such a goat. He just wants to win.
Yeah.
If you tell him to come off the bench, he'll be like, sure.
Yeah.
You know,
and he can
like,
still close games.
I think he would take it as the opportunity because he'd be known as the guy. I'm 6 man.
Yeah,
He'd be like, I'm literally the 6 man.
And yeah, he would close games. Like the closing lineup would be our starting lineup right now. It'd be Fred, Gary, OG, Scotty, Pascal.
Yeah, and that's the one that really matters. But I like the big man in there to set the tone.
Me too.
And having Fred, OG, and Pascal play together without somebody get like Gary, because Gary's never really played with. I don't think Gary's ever played with Pascal, has he? Like
Not
a
really.
little bit last year.
Yeah,
10 games maybe, not even.
Exactly, and so I think it's important that so Fred, OG, and Pascal have been with each other. They've been playing with each other, so I think it's important that if there's any people to gel first, it should be Fred, OG, and Pascal.
Yes,
you know.
And I just think Gary's kind of just man, I love Gary so much. That's why it's hard for me to say come off the bench. But it's just I think it fits better, man, because I don't think we can start 3 guys who are primarily ISO scorers.
No, we can't.
You know, that's the problem with Lowry and DeRozan. They were both ISO scorers, and that's what sold us in the playoffs. Is that DeRozan or Lowry just go ISO, and then that's how we'd lose.
Right.
I
think some of this is also on like Nick Nurse. I want to see Nick Nurse actually like put Siakam in action, like run some creative stuff with Siakam.
Yeah, I feel like with Siakam, he's given the ball and say
they
work.
can do more.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, but let's also
Yes.
think too is that Pascal came back on limited minutes. He did not come back full ready to play. He's still on limited minutes. Mm-hmm. So I think Nick Nurse is in the right, being a little cautious with the plays he wants to run Pascal at, because it's like, okay, well, I don't want to have Pascal playing at his peak aggressiveness at limited minutes.
But it's, I think also, to get him back into the flow of the game, get him some open shots instead of telling him to get the ball and score for yourself. Get him some get him open under the rim. Give him a rhythm. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, and I think Nick is also kind of giving a little bit of trust in Pascal to create for himself.
And I think he's giving too much trust.
It's too much trust. I think that's what. Look at Sam's finger there. So fucking your finger there, Sam, is so dark.
I know, it's all green,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get you a real silver ring. We'll have to pitch in for this guy.
Wait, let me see. I thought I saw it before.
Sorry, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see this, but.
Oh man, yeah.
Sam, there you go.
Christmas around the corner.
If you're watching, if you're listening on Apple
scaring
Podcasts,
all the
wherever,
viewers.
you can't see it, but Sam's got this big.
It's a medical.
Yeah. Sam's gonna get
No, it's my Celtics color.
It's the Celtics fan now. Yeah, no. So our second quarter was great. We lost in the third quarter. That's how this game was.
Well, to be honest though, man, like I was thinking to myself, like, how long? What's the ticking time bomb on this game? How long can we sustain ourselves before KD just starts taking over and this team just ends up showing that they're a better team?
There's one play where
Also, Harden was amazing.
Oh,
okay.
No. His shooting was so bad.
Okay,
oh
let me say something
God.
right now.
He was like 2
when I was
for
watching,
9 or something, or 2
when,
for 11.
When I was watching this game, he didn't make a 3 until the fourth quarter.
Yes.
And there was like 4 minutes left in the game.
And he hit 2 threes,
I was
bro.
like, I was like,
Oh
I said, don't leave Harden open because he always makes at least 1 3. You see these games all the time where he shoots under 50%, but he always makes at least 1 3 when he has a bad shooting game. He hasn't made one yet. I was like, do not leave Harden open. He'll make a 3. They left him wide open. He made a 3. I was so pissed. I was like,
he was
yeah,
at the top. He was at the top there on the right side, and
Yeah.
it just was it was wide open.
Harden had
Harden
had 16 points in the fourth quarter, 3 for 4 from 3, 6 for 8 from the field.
Yeah, I'm like, bro.
I'm a big Harden fan. Like, I love watching him play. So I wasn't
really?
I'm kind of happy to think back.
Really?
I don't like.
But
really, Sam?
I'm a Harden guy.
Well, at the end of the day, it is James Harden. Like, if you're gonna leave him wide open in the fourth quarter for threes like that, bro, what do you expect? Like, he's gonna shoot it with the same confidence he's been shooting all game. You know what I mean? Like, so what if he's 2 or whatever it was? He was 3 for like 11 or something stupid like that. Like, he still made important threes that could have helped us close that gap. You know what I mean?
First quarter, Harden 0 for 4 from 3. Second quarter, 0 for 1. Third quarter, 0 for 1. Fourth quarter, 3 for 4.
What did he end up in the entire game?
Entire game, he had
28.
10 rebounds, 8 assists. Only 2 turnovers.
What was he shooting from 3? What was his 3-point?
3 for 10. But
Yeah,
all
he was
3 or 4 from the fourth quarter.
Oh man.
Yeah, can't do that.
There's no shame though losing James Harden and Kevin Durant. Like,
No,
there's
especially
not.
this
There's
early
not,
in the
right?
season.
Yeah.
Especially because that team has been the same for like 2 years
and
now.
again, we have Pascal now. Like, we're still readjusting. Yeah, I think KD basically had the first half on lock and Harden had the second half.
Totally.
And well, actually, honestly, more. I guess KD had third quarter too, but it was like third quarter was kind of
Patty
role
Mills
players.
did good this game too, bro.
So we left him open the entire game.
Yeah,
he was wide open all game.
Like, and again with Joe Harris too. Like, it's frustrating. It was a frustrating game to watch, but at the same time, like, I think this was a game that we watched as Raptor fans and said, okay, the Nets are just way more developed at this point. They're playing as a team in a way that we just aren't right now.
Their guys outside of KD and Harden also had good games. Like, Blake had 14.
Right.
Harris
he had a couple threes that were really big.
Yeah, Harris had 11. Bruce Brown had 12, and they all shot above 50%.
Right.
Bembry had a solid defensive end, offensive end, but Bembry came back against Toronto and had a solid defensive game. We held Aldridge to only 2 points, both the only free throws, which is nice because he's been really good for them all year. Yeah, no, third quarter we lost. That's pretty much that.
Too bad, man. Too bad. All right, Sam.
To that Boston game.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess we all kind of just watched it. So.
Just like mentally draining, man.
Yeah, it's true. Man.
We've talked. I mean, there's not a lot of like big things to take away. Like, there's more just readjusting to get Pascal involved. My real like problem with this game was not like I'm never expecting the Raptors to be a good offense. I'm actually kind of surprised they've been this good up to this point.
That's important to keep in mind.
The defense, though, the Raptors. The Raptors succeed this season. Whatever your definition of succeeding is like they need to be the harder working, more intense, better executing team. They just don't have the same
and better defense, man.
talent.
Like, the defense is the main story of this Raptors team.
Yeah.
And tonight we just saw some horrendous defense.
The rotations were just awful.
It was just slow, man. Everyone's just sluggish.
So bad.
And I think that always happens. Last game we played was Sunday at 4:30.
Matinee.
You know, like that's a 2.5 days without playing. Like that I feel like that happens a lot.
To be honest, though, I don't necessarily think it's any excuse. Because
no, absolutely
not. No. All right, you got these days to rest, and you got these days to reflect on how Pascal fit into the group and how you guys want to fit him into. And to be honest, I found that I thought that Pascal fit in worse tonight than how he was fitting in the Nets game.
Here's my thing with Pascal, man.
Yeah.
It's just.
Okay, yeah, Sam. Let's talk about Pascal here for a second because
Sam loves Pascal, and like I love. I don't know, man.
Yeah, like
I hate talking shit about Pascal Siakam.
Yeah,
because I know he's such a good guy and stuff. Just man, he just doesn't look good. I know it's only 2 games, but it's okay. But It's his IQ that doesn't look good, and that's not something that you should have to get into. You should have that. You should just have that.
And this is something I was like,
shots should come back, and not like that should take time. Your basketball IQ should be there. He had 3 turnovers like 4 minutes into the second half. Like I
just think I don't know if it's hard to adjust to a speed of an NBA game after not playing it for 8 months.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing though, is that we were seeing him adjust very well on defense. He was keeping up with the
defense looked really good.
Yeah, and the thing is that it just where I was frustrated is with it was exactly what you said, Elias. I'm probably not as like a negative Pascal. I'm like the middleman here. Like Sam's pro Pascal.
I'm not anti Pascal though, but
Pascal, but if there's anyone,
really
and I feel like I'm just somewhere middle down the road. Like I could see it going either way, to be honest. Like I could definitely see, and I'm sure you could too. Like, you know, and the thing that I absolutely agree with you though, Elias, is that it seemed like he was trying to do too much himself and come in and think he's the Kevin Durant level player.
This is the exact same problem that was last year, where they'd be swinging the ball, they get to Pascal, and he just stop and go ISO. And it's like, nah, man, keep swinging the ball. And like that happened tonight too, where like a lot of times he gets the ball in the post, he doesn't do anything, then he ends up just throwing a hook shot.
I know, man.
It's always short, backboard short off the rim. Like
I'm on the team where I thought he had a good year.
He also hasn't played a game at home though, too. Yeah. He hasn't played a game.
The first game was at home.
Wait, was it the Nets game? Wait, what?
Yeah. The Nets game was at home.
Nets game's at home?
Yeah.
But
my bad.
My thing is, I think he had to. The team isn't making it any easier on him with like there's so many possessions where he's posting up and he's getting doubled because he's got the reputation. If you're going to single coverage him, he's going to score. Right? Teams have to double him or bring the big man over. Guys have. This is not even a Pascal. This is with OG, Scotty, and Pascal because they all get into problems when they post up. And all three of them aren't great. Pascal's the best ISO scorer out of the three, but none of them are elite ISO players, right? Their needs though, but they all can make a decision. But guys need to cut. Like the amount of times where I see the middle of floor open when these three guys are posting up.
That's true. They just stand and watch.
There needs to be the amount Boucher and Precious are the two worst guys for this. Where either there's a few times where Boucher sat in the middle of the paint and his guy completely was free to help on Pascal. Because first of all, Boucher is not a great finishing threat, and that's a hard pass to make big to big with no passing angle, and Robert Williams coming to Zell Pascal. There needs to be guys cutting to the middle of the floor so they can hit either the mid-range jumper or kick to a corner shooter. And I think that's it's not even a Pascal thing. This is with anyone.
Yeah.
That was my biggest thing with the offense tonight. And because of that, there was no open threes. And then
Pascal had a career high in assists per game last year. And that's exactly what you're saying. That's exactly.
And his passing was great last year, but just their guys need to
I'm saying the guys cutting, he's hitting them. That's why he had all his assists last year.
Yeah, either Scotty's posting up, Pascal's cutting, OG's cutting, or
Gary's
Pascal's
cutting, man. I'd like to see Gary getting himself open, man.
But I'd like to see one of these big guys cut though, and have either Fred or Gary off the wing. So then, because all three can make the decision on, I'm gonna kick it out to one of these guys. But my whole issue though tonight was just the defense. You gotta make that's the Raptors. So the Raptors scheme is so based on just chaos on defense in a good way though. But it doesn't work when guys aren't going all out.
Yo, you know what I saw way too much of tonight is and I saw this last game too against the Nets, and this pissed me off so much. Why are we jumping and flying 50 feet in the air to try and contest these wide open threes? What are you doing? You need to give a good closeout. If you give a good solid closeout and close your space between those people, then it doesn't
And we're doing it against their best players. We did against Tatum last night. We did it KD against Brooklyn.
And what do? They shot
know it's coming.
They
know it's coming.
Yeah, they know it's coming. They take a dribble, sidestep, three, or pull.
It's so obvious. It's so obvious. And I'm just that's what frustrates me more than anything. And I remember playing basketball in high school, and our coaches would always get pissed at us for doing that too. It's you close out. There are very, very, very specific situations in where you're going to jump to want to... Because if you're going to jump, man, you better want to try to block that ball. How Delano blocked... was it Romeo?
Sure. No, it was Romeo.
Romeo Langford
tonight. And just, dude, sent that shit in the stands. But that's the kind of play that you jump for, okay? Not... when the shooter's already in there shooting.
He didn't see Delano coming. When you see them
still.
and again in high school when I'm playing offense and I'm the guy shooting, guys closing out throws me off a lot more than the guy jumping at me.
Oh,
because I know
definitely.
exactly. You see him
It's
jumping,
closing
you're like,
the
okay,
space, exactly.
sidestep, shoot. But
Exactly.
if they're closing
Yep.
out, you're like, and you're already in the shot form, like, oh shit, I gotta shoot. Now there's a guy in my face.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And
Especially with, say, a guy like, going back to the Brooklyn game, a guy like Patty Mills is like, you want him to put, even like Patty Mills he's a good player. You can put it on the floor.
Yeah.
You would rather him put it on the floor and drive into a bunch of long
yes.
than
Yeah.
he's just gonna
Absolutely.
sidestep or
And
pump fake and
I
hit
think
pull-up jumper.
he had a 3 in the corner where we jumped at him like that. Fred did that because
Yeah.
Fred wouldn't go double
Yeah.
team. He came run jump try to jump at him. Patty Mills was like, okay.
One
Take
guy
a
though,
jump on
one
the
guy
corner.
that's the guy who's the best closeout guy I've ever seen on the Raptors is Yuta. Like,
Yes, man. No, it's true.
He's an amazing. He's so good at closeouts. Like he stays down, he moves his
Yep.
feet, and he's athletic enough to respond.
Very fundamental.
That's
He's
another
really
guy I'm really
fundamental.
curious to see work back in. I hope he's coming back
long,
soon.
long entry. I hope so.
When's he coming back?
I don't know. I think
It-
within the next
it's
couple
in
of
a-
weeks. Maybe in a week.
He
or something.
re-aggravated it, so.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
I saw that. I
I-
really wonder how he's
well,
gonna fit
I'm-
into the rotation.
I guess we'll just have to
Yeah,
see
I mean,
at this
I'm-
point because, to be
Yeah.
honest, I'd rather try and work in Yuta and Pascal together in a way because then it's like, okay,
Yeah.
well now once
But
we have
I don't
Pascal
think
worked in,
Yuta's gonna be. I don't think Yuta's really gonna be another regelling
no,
process or
well,
anything like that.
no, it's true.
You're
That's
not
true.
you're not running plays for Yuta.
No,
you don't run plays
no.
for Yuta, right?
That's true.
So-
That's true. Maybe I'll take that back then. I just hope
But I
that
would-
there's that. I mean, yeah, you know what? I trust Yuta enough to find his spot within any time he comes back. To be honest, I'm
That's
actually
kinda
not
how
really
he
that
rolls, right?
concerned. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
All right.
That's,
Is
that's
that
all I've got for that one because my next point is going to tie in later on here.
okay? So what are we on to next? Are we up to stats or perform of the week?
Performer of the week,
Performer
yeah.
of the week. This was tough for all of
Okay.
us, I think.
So why don't
Oh,
we?
yeah.
No one really stuck out this week. It was just
No.
pretty rough. all
I've got a
around.
weird one, but
Okay, so then why don't
I
we
guess
start
I'll
with
go
you,
first.
Sam? So perform of the
all
week
right.
for you, Sam.
So I had a lot of trouble with this, but I went with Scotty Barnes.
Okay.
The Cavs game, I thought he was good. I thought he was good in the Cavs game. He showed some good flashes. I mean, he's always a positive on the floor.
Yes.
The Nets game, his numbers were nothing special, but I loved his defense against Harden and KD.
Well,
I thought he
actually,
had some
so-
really nice
Dude, he
defensive
took the
possessions.
ball away from
Okay.
KD, bro. That guy's woo.
Oh, I forgot to mention
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, Scotty Barnes my play of the week also, but against Brooklyn, he had 8 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, and only 1 turnover. So
That's
I thought
a
he had,
great
he
stat
had, he had, he had a
line,
great,
bro.
he had a
That's a
solid
great
stat.
stat.
And he only shot 7 shots
And
too.
let
4 for
us
7.
we gotta keep saying this, bro. He is a rookie. There are very few
Yeah.
rookies who come into the league making this big of an impact. Sure,
It's
you might
him
get
and Evan Mobley.
Well, sure, you might get a scoring rookie, but to know that he's getting rebounds, assists,
Well, he
and
wasn't supposed to be a
points.
scorer.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Like
he's leading all rookies in scoring.
exactly. And so to think that, you know, he as a rookie and somebody who's so young is able to make that diverse of an impact this early into the season is just really, really awesome to see. You know, it's just,
Yeah.
yeah. And so we like
He's
to
doing
be
it
honest,
well.
like I wouldn't if he plays even just that stat line, I couldn't like for the rest of
That's
the
what I
rest
thought
of
his
the
stat
year. I'm
line
like, I
would-
don't even care.
I
Like,
thought his stat line would be something like that all season. I thought he averaged like 8, 9, 10 points a game
Mhm.
with 6 rebounds, 7 assists.
Yeah.
And
That sounds
Like
very
Draymond
Scotty.
Green's gonna be a Hall of Famer with that stat line.
Yeah,
That's a good
literally.
Stat line, right?
yeah,
So
Um,
and then tonight he had 20, 21, 7 and 4.
quiet
something
21
like that.
points too. You wouldn't have known.
Just within the offense. I like he was really aggressive though in times. Like he took the ball and was like, I'm gonna make something happen. He got to the line.
Mhm. He had his start of the game with that dunk.
Quite a few times. Yep, that was I thought Fred threw that out of bounds. Scotty used his length to Scotty though 7 for
This guy's too
11.
good.
And then 7 for 8 from the free throw line. This is free throw line 8 times. That's really impressive.
Jeez.
Mhm.
And he was like creating his way to the free throw line. Like that's a really good sign of a guy who's like learning how to score in the NBA. But yeah, maybe not necessarily a stat pick, but I just like I thought his defense tonight on ball was good. I thought his off ball defense was really bad, but on ball his defense looked really good the last few games.
I'll go next. So it's Scotty Barnes, my player of the week. Well, you're done, Sam, right?
Yep. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
okay, yeah. Yeah, so I had Scotty Barnes also. Pretty much the same things. It was hard for me to pick because I had Fred for a second, and then I looked more. It's because I was kind of overlooking the Brooklyn game, but I did like his stat line. You know, it was also -7 at the Brooklyn game, which is the best in the starting lineup. So he's always a
Right.
positive impact, relatively positive impact on the floor, which I think is huge. Something I did notice though about Scotty that kind of made me a little nervous is that over the past 3 games, he's only shot 1 3, and I really want
Yeah,
to
he kind of abandoned it.
yeah, and I want to see him shoot some more threes. Even if he doesn't make them, I just want to know that he's confident with it.
He's still
Especially
pretty
Pascal
confident with
back.
that jumper, with the mid-range jumper. Like he's still.
Oh
getting
yeah,
out there.
yeah. But it's nice to see him, pull some. Every
Yeah,
now
I know.
then.
And
of
of
course,
course,
one
I
a
think
game.
he already said that he wants to see him
One a
shoot
game.
more.
Yeah, one a game would be nice.
Especially with Pascal coming back, you just want that sort of threat out
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Yeah, no, he just had an all around solid week. Yeah, but like I thought about Fred. I
thought about OG for a little bit.
Yeah, Cam. I just
Cam.
Cam.
Cam played one game.
No one really stuck out like that. This week, but now Scotty, good week. As per usual. I wanted to find someone else to just like stand it a little bit.
Yeah.
But
it felt boring.
Yeah. But,
100%. I can't. Every Raptors fan would be like, yeah, it's a boring ass week of fucking dry ass games. But
yeah.
No, a boring pick though. Like,
yeah, of course, Scotty.
Yeah,
but it's like, man. I mean, I was trying to maybe Delano, but Delano didn't play well tonight. Really, he didn't play bad. But he just didn't stand out at all tonight. He had a good game against Cleveland though. I think he had like 11 points.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
11 points. Anyway, yeah.
So my performer of the week, I chose Fred.
Okay.
The only reason why I chose Fred was because I think that I'm seeing him take shots this year that he's never really taken before. He's taken a lot of free throw jumpers that he's never really taken in previous years, which I'd like to see. And I think that I've seen a lot more consistency in his shooting this year. And just from watching the games, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like Fred of course we've got the Steady Freddy name, but to be honest, I'm being really honest, over the past 2 years watching Fred, there has been a lot of times where he'll throw up shots and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a great shot. I don't see why,
no.
Or he'd miss really open shots
First
sometimes.
2 games of the year, he was doing that too.
Exactly. But now, even just look in the Boston game, bro. He was hitting really great shots that were open and
he settled down.
Yeah, and it's he's found his game and his rhythm, and I think I'm seeing great things from Fred that remind me that he is great in that role and he knows what he's doing whenever he's on the court and he knows the role he's meant to play, and I think his ball handling's gotten better. The only thing about Fred that I don't really like is I think he doesn't really have the greatest decision making when it comes to down low. I think he puts up a lot of
But something actually I did notice this week that we were getting frustrated about how much he's getting blocked for. He was going into shot blockers.
He did less of that.
That's the past 3 games we were going against Jared Allen and Robert Williams. He has been doing that.
Yeah,
Jared only had 1 block that game. I don't know if it was against Fred or not. He's being smarter with it, which I really like.
Yeah,
because that was bothering me a lot, just seeing him get blocked over and over again by like Miles Turner and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so performer of the week's done. What's next? Do we have on the list?
Get into stats here. So
we're not going to do a questions this week. We're going to do everyone's kind of brought up an interesting stat. So my stat's not really that interesting, but sure, let's go Elias first.
Okay.
An interesting stat.
So I have 2 stats. Okay, so we brought these stats up before the Boston game, so it could fluctuate a little bit. Right now I have, before the Boston game, the Torontoraptors lead the NBA in 2 categories, which I don't think any 3 of us were expecting at all. They lead the league in deflections right now by a lot. So the Torontoraptors are leading the league in deflections. They have a 233 total, again, before the Boston game.
Wow.
And the second best is Charlotte at 189.
That's quite the difference.
Yeah, I saw that's crazy.
I think it's 44.
But that lets you know that the defense that Nick Nurse has designed, in a way, is producing what you want it to produce. Deflections were a huge thing that they were talking about as what you want, because it stops momentums, even if it doesn't result in a turnover.
And you know it is. It's not even us reaching a ton. We're just standing there in their way, playing slow defense, and dribbling into us because we're just getting in their way.
Dude's a massive wingspan. That's why you can make this team those wings, right? Like, cover so much space.
And so that's also being led by Gary Trent Jr. with 4.9 deflections per game, who leads the league. And second best in the league is Fred VanVleet at 4.2. Wow. So Gary's dominating deflections, man. He is 0.7 more than the second best guy, and the second
He's
guy.
So aggressive.
He is so aggressive.
Yeah.
And that's league wide?
Yeah. He's leading the league by 0.7.
So Fred and Gary are 1 and 2
in the whole NBA.
That's wild.
And Gary's 0.7.
Fred, I would have expected, not Gary.
Not Gary. Oh, we know you didn't expect Gary, so.
No one expected Gary. That's why I don't see Gary as a defensive liability whatsoever. I think that.
Absolutely no. He's a huge plus. Last year he was a defensive liability.
Oh, totally.
And we knew that when he was coming in, and we were okay with it. Now he's doing the same stuff offensively, even more efficient.
Better, yeah. More consistency because he's getting more opportunity.
Yeah, and defense is insane, man.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
You can argue all the NBA defense.
Well, and that's why, like, you know what? That's why partly when we talk about having Gary potentially come off the bench, when you see a guy who's a pure scorer like Gary and who's somebody we want to develop into a scorer type of person, to see him when he was never expected to be an extremely amazing defensive player. But the fact that he, out of his own motivation and ingenuity, wanted to become one of the best defensive players in the league right now,
He's doing it.
is means that he has a commitment to the Raptors and he truly believes in this organization. So if he listens to Nick Nurse and he listens to the coaching staff. So if they're telling him that we want you to come off the bench, he's got to trust their opinion. You know,
Dude, I'm really big with bringing him off the bench. I'm really big with that.
No, and I think if he reacts to it in the way
matchup
that
dependent.
What's that?
I think like matchup dependent because there might be some matchup.
Sure,
where it
yeah,
works best
yeah.
to
But
start.
games like tonight,
But yeah.
if we had Kem Birch, he's injured right now. But if we had Kem Birch against Robert Williams, it's a way better matchup than Pascal because they're both the same like height. Also, Robert Williams is like 6'9", 6'8".
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Gary Trent Jr. unbelievable. Also, honestly, like the guy who leads the league in steals usually makes an all defense team, even if he's not like a amazing actual defender. If they lead the league in steals, they usually make it. So Gary could make it. He has a case, very strong case.
That's crazy,
Sure.
bro.
I
I hope he keeps it up, man.
Yeah. Oh, I think he will.
He's got too much fire, too much. He's young, man.
He's too locked in to not. Okay, and another stat I had: Toronto Raptors. So okay, I'm gonna ask you guys, what was one thing you guys expected to be the biggest problem, one of the biggest problems for our team?
Well, offense for sure.
No, but I'm just saying. Okay, so like height wise, what is that?
Well, we just don't have any true centers.
So
killed on the glass.
yes,
Killed
killed on the glass. Rebounding is being a problem. We lead the NBA in offensive rebounds per game.
To be honest, man, I personally, if I'm going to be honest, I wasn't really that concerned about rebounding, even though we didn't have a true center on our team, because I remember last year when the season was over, they talked about how having this sort of lineup will actually be good for rebounds because it's putting larger bodies down low and you just have lots of them. So it's like, okay, sure. If you've got a guy like Jared Allen or something down low, well, you've got Precious Achua, OG, and Scotty all up there to get those rebounds.
That's how you
know
get
what
the offensive rebounds. So
exactly, and you've got three of these dudes, and they can jump out of the gym. So you know what I mean.
So like look, we said on another podcast where like you have OG guarded by like Shetty Osman or something. He's gonna get a rebound over Shetty Osman 9 times out of 10. But so we lead the league, and second is Minnesota. So we lead the league 13.7 per game. Minnesota's second at 12.8 per game, so we kind of dominate it. But then you look at defensive rebounds. We are 28th in the league in defensive rebounds.
Damn.
So I think it's pretty crazy, man. That's a huge
Well, because on the defensive
difference.
rebounds, you just have usually your center down there,
Yeah.
and our centers are small. But on the offensive rebounds, you can have guys run in, crash.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
part of that, I think that it is possible to do defensive adjustments to try to secure more of those defensive rebounds.
Yeah, there is.
You
But
know,
they also want to run in. They also want to run in fast breaks.
Yeah, so
you
that's the
have
whole,
type.
one guy's kind of, it's usually like one or two guys stay there for the game and the rest will run. And same thing Minnesota. So Minnesota's second in offensive rebounds, 29th in defensive rebounds. So I think it's also a style of play.
Yeah.
Where you just
It's
want
a
to
philosophy.
Yeah.
My stat kind of ties into another thing I thought we were going to get killed on because we lacked that one like rim protector. But the Raptors, and this actually is the reason why the Raptors lost tonight. They didn't do this. So the Raptors are first in opponents' points in the paint. So opponents are only scoring 40.4 points in the paint per game before the Boston game.
Wow.
And that is like speaks to a different sort of basketball philosophy where a lot of teams rely on having their rim protector down low to deter shots to the rim, where the Raptors have so many guys who can stay in front of their man and create turnovers, create deflections, that guys aren't even getting to the rim.
Yep. Exactly.
And I just that
We're too
that was
long.
one,
We
like,
take
that
up the
was one
entire
thing-
court. They
yeah.
can't get down there.
Yeah, and guys are forced to take off balance, fadeaway jumpers, and all this stuff. And then the one thing the Raptors do, we talked about this a lot tonight. The one thing the Raptors do let happen is like the open corner three.
Yeah.
That's what they sacrifice for this, which
That's a tough thing to
interesting.
sacrifice
trade-off
too,
for that.
man. That's a
Yeah.
tough thing to sacrifice though, because those are so frustrating and they are so.
They're backbreaking.
And they're the easiest
They're
shot. They're the
backbreaking.
easiest threes to make, dude. They're shorter than the
they're
actual
shorter.
3-point line. Yeah, by like a lot, I think.
Yeah. But this is one thing though. Like I truly did not see this coming, but it really speaks to how well Raptors perimeter defenders have done keeping guys out of the paint.
Yep.
Yeah, but if we're being honest though, too, is that man,
Be
like
honest.
the perimeter.
Be honest.
The perimeter game is important. You know what I mean? Like that's what the threes are being utilized in a way that around the league that have never been really utilized before. It's becoming a thing where teams are really looking for, like, for example, if you think about a team like Golden State, I feel like they generally look for shooters. You know what I mean? They're a shooting like oriented team.
Yeah, they brought in like Otto Porter Jr. and Nemanja Bjelica.
Even Jordan Poole though. You know what I mean? Like
these
these guys can shoot the ball really well.
Yeah.
And what's Steph Curry's brother-in-law?
Seth Curry. Oh, his brother was Damian Lee.
Damian Lee.
He can shoot too.
He's a shooter, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, so they're bringing in all these
Everyone's
shooters,
a shooter except for
and
the
Clay and Steph. Like, like that is where I think the Raptors might have
Even
trouble,
Draymond
man.
shooting better this year.
Yeah, man. Like this is where we sacrifice it because they're not a huge team, the Warriors, but it doesn't matter because they're gonna beat you on the perimeter every time, which is just concerning.
But
I'm worried about
that.
we gotta adjust to that.
But our perimeter defense is exactly why our interior defense is so good because what Sam was saying, they can't get past our perimeter, so they can't score in the paint.
Exactly.
Because they can't get past us.
Oh yes, we'll have to see how they make those adjustments because again, they're not going to be when we play a team like Golden State, they're not going to be looking for a ton of inside points.
No,
they're maybe mostly looking for perimeter points, even if it is inside or jump shots that are inside that 3-point line.
I'm excited to play Golden State.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
I think we can throw some interesting stuff at them.
For sure.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
So the stat I have is a little bit more specific, but I just wanted to mention OG, and I think that because this is OG's, first year where he's kind of getting a little bit more responsibility, I think that one thing that we aren't necessarily noticing, but it is there, is that he is having a little bit of more consistency than, even if it doesn't seem like it. 9 of 11 games, his field goal percentage is above 40%. Mm-hmm. And in the last 5 games, his field goal percentage hasn't even dipped below 43%. It was 43.8%. And the rest of them were respectively 46.2%, 48.1%, 45%, 47.6%, and then 43.8%. Which is like, all the rest of those are like above 45%, man. Like that's... Yeah. And the last 9 of 11 games, he was finishing plus and not minus. He didn't have a single game finishing minus. Not in the last 9 in a row. I meant 9 of 11 games on the 11, not including this Boston game, obviously. But in the last 11 games, he finished in the plus category and not in the minus, which is great. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like we want to see that.
I think it shows he's really done well. Like a lot of guys, when they get that big role, they struggle with their efficiency, and it has dropped a little bit, but not like it's still at a really nice level.
It's all about perspective.
And are those 2 games, I'm maybe guessing, Luke, that he was below 40 were the first 2 games of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like where he was really having trouble finding, how he fits in, but he's looked just so comfortable as a scorer.
Yeah, and see the thing is
and
that
the defense hasn't fallen off.
You are seeing, yes, you're going to see a dip in consistency for maybe a little bit, but in proportion to his role that's now being given to him on the team, we're seeing numbers that we hope to expect to see. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we're not seeing him shooting below 40%, and like, if we were seeing that and it's concerning, then it's like, oh, damn. Like, then OG becomes a liability, right?
I don't know with Pascal back, but like without Pascal, I expect him to be a 20-point per game scorer.
Yeah.
OG.
Fair.
With Pascal, I don't know yet. Yeah. We'll have to see how they gel. But how it looks when they're
18, 19, even then.
Well, last year he averaged
and he's the best defender on the court.
Oh, yeah. He's so good.
And he's the best defender on the court every night, right?
Yeah.
He's so
like he is so. Oh, he's awesome. I love him.
Okay, guys.
What's your stat?
What's that?
What's your stat?
That was my.
Sorry. I know your stat.
Yeah.
Something else I want to talk about. It's a stat I actually just found. I want to talk more about their Raptors transition. So we get out in transition a lot. We were just talking about that, how Crash the Glass run. So we are in the league. We are 5th in fast break frequency. So like we have 19.1% of our buckets are fast break points.
So say that again. Sorry.
So the Raptors our fast break frequency is at 19.1%. So that's how much of our buckets are on fast breaks.
Oh, So it's like like almost like 20% of our baskets come from fast breaks.
Yeah. But something that's really frustrating that I've been seeing a lot of, and I want to see the stat for it, to back myself up. We are 7th in turnover frequency on fast breaks in the league. So 14% of our fast breaks are ending up in turnovers.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what you want to hear.
That's something I'm seeing a lot of, and it's really frustrating.
That means the majority of the fast breaks we have, we turn the ball over.
Not majority. It's 14% of them. But
14% of 20%?
No. So 20% of our points per game are transition points.
Yeah, and then
14% of our fast breaks period. The 14% are turning turnovers. And that's a lot. Though.
Oh, you mean fast breaks scoring off of fast breaks? 20% of the score we score off of.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
I see.
But yeah, so we're turning the ball over a lot on fast breaks, and it's like the guys seem out of control,
Even
man.
Tonight, dude. Tonight was horrible.
Precious with that one with Svi, that frustrated me a lot with Precious and Svi. He doesn't know what to do on fast breaks. I think a lot of guys
can't finish either.
No, I think a lot of guys don't know what to do on fast breaks. Like Svi is out of control a lot on fast breaks. If he's not,
he got blocked so hard tonight. Oh my goodness! Who blocked that guy?
Probably Robert Williams.
No. It was
Robert.
It was Josh Richardson.
Yeah, dude, he pinned him so hard. I'm like, oh my God, Svi, what are you doing, my guy?
And Pascal has this problem sometimes on 2 fast breaks where he thinks too much. Pascal,
right?
He thinks too much of fast breaks, and I just think 2-on-1s we usually fine, but if there's ever 1-on-1, we're pretty screwed. I feel like a lot of the time, like 50%, it goes both ways. And if it's any more than if it's 2-on-1, we're good. But if it's any other advantage, like 3-on-2, we're screwed over. There's a 3-on-1 fast break tonight where it ended with I think Precious got fouled, but it was another weak foul. And I think it was Svi, Pascal, and Precious, and Precious hit Pascal. No, Svi hit Pascal, and then instead of going up because he could have easily gone up. So I think Josh Richardson was standing still, so do your little spin move around him. But he hit Precious right under the rim. It was like a weird position with J. Rich right there.
Right. Didn't that end in a foul?
Yeah, I think Precious got fouled. But it's still just like it's a 3-on-1 just finish. It's your Pascal Siakam. You should be able to finish that. There's small things that have Siakam that kind of piss me off, but
but anyway. I mean, then again, I mean, like we've I don't think we've actually shit on Pascal as much as we were talking a little bit before the podcast, but in reality, I think we have to be realistic and say like we are never gonna commit and say a player is bad or good this early into the season and with this many caveats as the Raptors have had. Well, yeah.
Chris Boucher's not.
Yeah, Chris Boucher's not been doing it for us. But I mean, a guy as big as Pascal and having him back into the team.
No, I'm not saying he's bad at all.
Yeah,
but like
we want to see better things from Pascal. Yes. We hope to see some more encouraging things from the way that he has been playing, and we just hope for the better.
Sam, I want to hear why you I want to hear why you dislike Svi so much.
My thing with Svi is I don't like I don't like his basketball IQ, but I don't like how, first of all, I want him out there as a floor spacer and a shooter, and he loses. And I think the dribbling, the little bit of creation he has is like that because it isn't great just as his one skill.
Mm-hmm.
The creation opens up because of the threat of his shot.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see him come off a screen looking to shoot the ball rather than stagnate the offense, come off a pick and roll. And he's not a good decision maker in the pick and roll.
Yeah.
I just think he's too much. He's getting too many on-ball reps. I want him as an off-ball player that every once in a while he can surprise you with a drive.
Yeah.
Like how Joe Harris does.
Yeah,
Joe Harris is a much better shooter than Svi.
Yeah.
But he has the occasional play where he can take out the dribble and pull up for a jumper.
I agree where I think I want to see Svi shoot, just be a shooter more, like just be a pure shooter more. But I don't think he's it hasn't been frustrating. Like, I mean, sometimes he'll just make bonehead plays where it stands out a lot. Like in fast breaks especially. But like a lot of time, when he's putting the ball on the floor, it's not, I don't think it's brutal enough to be like, oh, Svi, get off the team.
I just wish they were. I would just wish it was the other guys with the ball on the floor and Svi in the corner.
Yeah, especially because of the options that we do have.
Definitely. I think he's a bit in over his head for sure.
Yeah.
But I think he's like I like Svi. I still like Svi having Svi.
He could be a lot worse.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It just he makes frustrating
he just makes bonehead decisions.
Yeah.
I wonder what he's averaging on the season. I haven't looked.
Actually, I think it's. No, maybe not.
8 points right
8 points, yeah. I think
41% from 3. Like,
Just to take more.
But take more, exactly.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
game.
true.
Like,
Taking 3 a
seriously,
game.
come in there and chuck. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
that's the
averaging
lowest.
he's averaging a turnover a game, which is like kind of weird for his role. Like he shouldn't be averaging many turnovers if he's
Yeah.
gonna be a shooter. Yeah, no. But also just Boucher. Like I'm really ready to trade Boucher.
Yeah.
Man. I am.
What? Who's gonna trade for him?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, what do we?
Yeah.
Who's like?
I think we package Dragic and Boucher together and see what we can get.
Yeah. Yeah, or Boucher and Malachi. I'm
rather-
gonna play him.
No, not Malachi. I want to keep Malachi.
It depends on what
Yeah,
we can get
but
though. See what the
If
You're getting a
market's
value
like.
for him.
But
right?
see, the
Like,
thing is I think that
'Cause he doesn't really.
I know he's not
If
adding
we're-
it. I know
he
he's
doesn't
not adding
fit.
anything right now. But the idea is that you have a Kyle and Fred lineup, just like you have a Fred and Malachi lineup. It's just me. Yeah, you're not necessarily seeing him fit in now, but I want to wait until the
But
season
it's even
plays on.
size wise. Like I'd rather Delano be your backup point than Malachi.
It's true. But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
who
I
knows?
don't want
But
the
the thing
2-point
is
guard
that
lineup.
Malachi can offer shooting that right now Delano really can't
Yes,
offer.
yes,
So
definitely.
But you know what? I don't want to get into it super bad. We got to wrap it up because this is a long podcast.
is
And
it? Doesn't
yeah,
feel like it's been that long. Really? Wow.
yeah, it's been probably about an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh wow. Okay. Well,
So-
let's do looking ahead real quick.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
get these
Yeah.
this week's games.
Real quick, I can.
Yeah. So we got
So
Raptors and Sixers
Raps,
tomorrow.
Sixers, yeah, back to back.
Oof.
Sixers are like totally depleted. Like
Yeah,
they've
but dude,
got
they're actually
no
not
all their
playing
top-
that bad. Like
They're good.
Oh,
They're,
they're
they're top
trying
of the
really
East.
hard.
At the top of the East
yeah,
almost.
they're playing pretty good.
Yeah. But
Yep.
they won't have Embiid. They won't have Harris
Like,
tomorrow.
what's his name?
Or Simmons, obviously.
Like
Maxey looks awesome.
Maxey at 31
yeah, and Shake
yesterday.
Shake Milton is
Oh,
doing
Shake
really
Milton.
well. He's doing really well,
Yep.
and
Seth Curry's crazy good.
ooh, he's going off.
Yeah.
Oof.
I wonder
He's
if
a
I wonder
threat.
if he would. I wonder he would look. I know. Okay, sorry, to finish stuff. But I wonder how good he'd be if he had a huge role in a team like Steph Curry does. Like if he had a Steph Curry role.
Yeah,
I guess it's hard to say because he's had the.
I knew it would be as good as Steph Curry, obviously.
You know.
But I'm saying like, would he average 20 a game? Anyway, then we got Raptors Pistons. Should be a cakewalk.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
say that. I
Pistons
wouldn't.
have only have one win so far this year.
It's
Yeah.
true, but I think they are starting to. They are competitive, man. They are a competitive.
Oh yeah,
team,
everything's
and
competitive. But I think as far as cakewalks go in the NBA, that should be that.
It's true. It depends if the
you,
Raptors.
you gotta win that game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really
you
can't- you
can't lose to
gotta.
the Pistons.
Yeah, you can't.
You
No.
can't be their second win of the
No.
year.
Fuck.
I'm excited to watch Cade though. He started to put together.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I think he had a good game tonight.
Yeah, he's looking healthy here.
Yeah. And
And this is a game I am really interested in. Raps Trailblazers,
Me
like
too.
the team that
Mm.
grinds on defense versus the team that doesn't want to play any defense.
mhm.
Yeah, I
Norman
want to see
Powell
how
too.
like what their strategy is. Yeah, and Van Vliet always locks up Dame, so
Mhm.
that'll be fun to watch.
I feel like Dame's gonna have his best game of the year against us though, because that just seems
No,
like how
watch
things
him.
go.
Yeah, it's
Watch
definitely.
him.
But to be honest,
Yeah.
He
I'd
can
like
break
to
out
see
of
Top
the flow.
50.
Dame's one of my favorite players, so I'd like to see him dropping some points here.
As long as they lose,
He-
it's fine.
Yeah.
He can just, yeah.
He can score 70 if they lose. It's fine.
Yeah, it's true. Respect.
All right.
Okay, guys. So we're gonna end the podcast there. Thanks everybody for tuning in. So I'm your host, Luke. I'm one of your hosts, Luke Dick.
I'm Elias Eldridge.
And I'm Sam Kenny.
All right, it's great to be back with you guys. And Sam will be in person with us next week.
Yes, I miss you, Sam.
Yeah, we miss you, Sam.
I miss you too. Miss you guys.
And
Maybe I won't come back.
Yeah, the Perth podcast. So if you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else you get your podcast, make sure to leave us a rating and also leave us a review. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at RapChat. Oops, I almost said the Reddit one. At RapChat Podcast, where we post new clips of the show every week. So you guys can tune in next Thursday, to see our new episode.
Absolutely.
All right, peace out.
All right. Peace.